let's get right to it on a Smash Crash Tuesday edition. A lot to get to. Let's first get the business out of the way where everybody get with the software. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to connect the software. We're going to read the signals. We are going to wait for the setups to come to us, and then we're going to smash them. Get your TradingView username over to hpc at sr-analyst.com. Get it now. Here we go again. 1 second. Great to see everybody. Let them pile in. More and more folks coming in. And yeah, let's talk about major markets, major harmonic levels. Just a lot to get to. A lot of things that we have been waiting on for 2 months, almost 3 months, 2.5 months. S&P now only down 68. We were down 120 almost at the low. NASDAQ down 150. We were down 300 plus. And it's perfect. Perfect type 1 reaction material. It just took a lot longer than we anticipated. Also, remember the big news about QQQ 48729? Boy, we were almost perfect. Excuse me, 48727. That was our target 1. Today's low, 487.74. Does it matter that it didn't get to the number? At this point, so close, you have to be looking. We got to kind of just, I'm not going to just say close enough, but we've got a lot of things to look at where we could get that signal inside of 2 more days. So whether or not we fall shy or even go deeper really doesn't matter, because this step in the process, which is we have been waiting for this move from 537, and folks, that was unbelievable. You know, how many sessions? 10 sessions ago, we were all-time highs, and now you're a 10% correction, which is what it was at the low today. 48727 on the Qs. Oh, you know what? Just a quick look here. Extended hours session also. Some people were asking, did not get down that low. Everything that we saw was right after the open. A little dump down there, and then, you know, we've been up. So I don't know if this is over yet. Like I said, we still have about 2 more days before we get a dot. I would say today's check back day. This was the big event yesterday. Despite the huge bleeding red candle, we had an HSI that came out of the zone, and then today's the check back retest day. So be it. No, it doesn't have to be bullish or bearish. Just check it back at the level. And then 2 more green days would put a dot under this market, much like the dot we had back on the 20th of February. We have some other considerations to really dig into, but these are big levels we have been waiting on, I would say since January. 2nd week, 3rd week of January. I mean, it took us, we were admittedly a little bit late, but now we're here. Okay, what's up, chat? Great to have everybody back today. What do you guys want, stocks, or should we dive into Bitcoin crypto? I mean, I want to talk about the major markets first, but, you know, again, I really want to relate the step-by-step analytical process, how to break it down. Let's define market character. Let's define exact levels, and then get confirmation to trigger, because that's where we are. I mean, that's just a massive, beautiful pattern. The only thing that was not ideal about this, the total consolidation took 30 days from the initial completion. Well, more than 30 days. I mean, there was the first 30 days, but then remember what I was saying again back in February, that the confirmation kind of resets it. You can go from the dot, and 30 days would put you into early April, or we could go off of HSI. I mean, this secondary confirmation there, where HSI came in, that's been a really great way to optimize in the zone where we can expect the full move. And I truly thought we would get it like early January, first week, second week, and then we'd hit it and go. Now, early March, we have the confirmation. So, let's not get over the skis, as they say. Let's stay focused on exact levels. 487 is a big one. I bet you they run this back, by the way. NASDAQ's already now only down 75, S&P off 60. It's way oversold, guys, for a bounce. Stocks, crypto. What else? Couple more. What's going on, son? Cat, hi. James, yeah. Happy Tuesday to everybody as well. We're here Tuesday, Thursday. What's up, Mitt? I used to live in San Diego. Yep, Oceanside. Nice. Yeah, I was up in oh, not Oceanside, Vista. I almost moved to Vista. But we'll get into it. So the Qs, we're being patient. I've been patient. I know it's been a boring 2 months for us because I haven't really wanted to go long or short, but more looking for this bigger reaction and then get ready to go. And it's there. Really, really like it. I when everybody's freaking out and calling for all out crash, we're getting ready to load the bags. So hit the like, subscribe. We're here, like I said, Tuesday, Thursday, 12:30-ish. It always drags to 12:30. I mean, I find myself making coffee at 12:15, and that takes 15 minutes. But here we are. I guess a lot to get into with the crypto stuff. We had a great conversation last Tuesday with Randy Hipper, Miss Teen Crypto, that filled us in on the Bitcoin reserve that never materialized. I guess it's a S-coin reserve, but at least there's more narrative fuel for the fire. But people are definitely exasperated with crypto. Most of them round-tripped November already. There's the Qs, guys, really quick. S&P is like this, just so we are super clear. Remember, we have patterns both on S&P and QQQ. On the ES, 57.32. The low today was 57.44. So close. I would have been, if that would have kissed 57.32 and then we would have reacted, I would say this is go time. But I'll give it a little extra time. It's kind of like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we were looking for 76. It hit 78. What do? We'll talk about that. But we know, again, just like the Qs, yesterday was a check back day right there, and that was like 58.50. So today, are we going to have a green bar? I don't think so. So you need 2 more green bars. So we need 2 bullish days after today. So what are we? We're still early. I would say real early. But I like where we are for retracement, long opportunities coming our way. And this has been the scenario we have talked about all 2025. Just a couple. Let me just hit you guys with a couple big targets we need to look at. Look, Amazon 201.91. We have completed the type 1 deep crab. 201.91. We have been waiting on that for a long time. And now what do we need? We need 2 green bars. Could today turn green? Possibly. I don't know. You know, we're only down 250. 250. So let's see if that can come out of this hole. And again, daily, it's perfect. That's harmonic pattern framework. Okay, it just took this double confirmation up there. And we have others. Check out Google. Okay, Google, same kind of a thing, big pattern on the daily. We went to target one at 184, no confirmation. Yesterday, first sign of confirmation stabilization right there. And the retest of that low, 167.64. We hit that this morning. We are bouncing. I would say anything under 170.69, you should be looking for a long opportunity down here. Let this retracement wash out. But guys, we're super close. And I'll tell you some of the other things I like going on the Google chart. I know it seems really ugly out there, but you have to admire, okay, amplified giving you a W formation, secondary low higher than the prior. We call that stabilization. And then the other thing here with HSI, you know, we need 2 more green days, but listen, we get above the 50 here in another day or two, you're going to send the return phase back. Now, it's not going to happen there inside of a, you know, of a week or a month, but this is the character change before the price happens. We're already starting to see that. There's a bunch of these. A bunch. Hey, let me show you one that I'm really focused on, Taiwan Semi. There's beautiful stuff happening here. Yellow dot on the daily. Been a long time since we've seen that. Amplified coming out of the zone. Nice inflection. Taiwan Semi, one of the most important semiconductors out there. And check it out. Beautiful type 2. 179 is the XA. 168.86 is your hop. You utilize this dot. That will be official at the close today. So that puts you right at 175, kind of smack dab between those two numbers. We should be looking for a bigger turnaround. TSM, Taiwan Semi. Really good stuff. What's up, Steady? Steady wants to look at Intel, still in the semi space. Yeah, this has been just smacked back down, but we're still dealing with this stuff. Big weekly. Okay, we need to turn that around. It looked like it had a chance, but we're still coming off of this major deep crab. It's a deep crab on the weekly, monthly as well. Big shark pattern, and it's a type 2. A lot going on there. So this consolidation, you know, roughly between where the trigger is, which is 2280 and 2460, not a big deal. This is your zone. And so if this is a back test of that zone, yeah, we should be looking at that. I agree with that. It's in a good spot. What's going on, James? How are you? Great. Waste management for Sun. Sure, we can get into a couple individuals. Great to see everybody here today. One or two more things that are kind of pressing, a lot of semiconductor stuff. Lamb research on the, where is it, weekly or daily? It's daily. And again, a lot of these, no, it wasn't Lamb. Well, Lamb is a shark at 68, some back-to-back action, but a lot of the semis have patterns. I think they're just, you got to come in and go lower. Retest these patterns. Here's microchip. I brought that up last week because it popped, but where is the weekly? Weekly's like this. Where's my pattern? Sorry. Maybe that it was a daily. daily deep crab. Down here, right around 56. My point is there are a number of big patterns hitting major levels across the board. Let's take a quick peek at NVIDIA, because I think that's one where we talked about target 2 at 120 here. What needs to happen? I mean, we're still down. We're now under target 2. Are we oversold yet? No. NVIDIA is not oversold yet. So not a lot to go on with that. I think, like I said, a lot of these situations, they're so close to hitting minimum levels. And I wouldn't just anticipate, oh, we fell just shy, so that's good enough. It's really, even if we hit shy, we would still need the confirmation to signal in the area. Be aware of that. Where's the other one? Well, I think it's interesting that Baidu is up. Baidu and Baba. Baba's way better than Baidu, but you've got big patterns down here. Big deep crab pattern. We're just not oversold yet. Bunch of stuff coming together. A couple of those, yeah. It was Taiwan Semi, Alec. But we can look at Super Micro, another high flying. Look at this high flyer, Super Micro. What needs to happen here? Because we get the arrow today on the close, and that's a great type 1 right there. Type 1. The weekly, we have this big pattern as well. Ideally, yes, we would want to see the full retest of the XA level, and nothing there that would link up, say that's a major end to a major retracement. All of these are still, if they're lacking the patterns, lacking confirmation, we're just going to remain patient. One or two more. Where is Broadcom? Broadcom is getting the you-know-what beat out of it, but I would think this is one of the best retracements coming in right now, that another day or two, we're probably going to get a dot, and I know there's a potential pattern developing here. I mean, really what it is, you go off the November low. I don't have my potential pattern scanner on, but I can just trace it out. It's like this. XAB. That's at a 618, so that sets up a Gartley. And 786 is like that, which is like 170. Beautiful. 177.21. These are all coming into a really nice spot. I like what's happening, and I got to say, we are extremely close to realizing everything we have talked about since January. Yeah, AMD. Yeah, a lot of people are itching because of this. A lot of people want to be jumping on AMD. Today's day 1, guys. And it's day 1 because of this daily HSI coming out. But remember, the weekly is still defining the whole scenario, and it's a shark to 5-0. So big shark got overrun. 102.81 has been the 5-0 number. And what are we? No confirmation yet. AMD has always been really looking at two areas, 127, and as we got down there, there was nothing. We said, all right, let's go for the weekly target, and let the weekly targets kind of supersede the daily scenario, the daily levels. A lot of these are getting drawn like a magnet down there. You saw Google, okay, Amazon, peak at Meta, although not a lot in Meta yet, still in a massive zone, but we are It's another weekly. Yeah, we had the deep crab there. It was actually type 2. But doesn't matter. We still need a dot. We're checking back today. Literally think of this as check back day. And right there. And I think if we could stabilize off of this bar here, green day tomorrow, green day Thursday, then you could put in the dot and say, all right, this whole range, resistance range, is about to be ending. We're really close. Closer than we've been all year. Here's NASDAQ on the daily, guys. Again, down 130, but this is the important level to be looking at. It's a daily check back at 20,300. And like I said, again, most of these are checking back readings that were official yesterday. Check this out. There's daily coming out of the zone. And one of the reasons why this is not ready yet is because amplified RSI is still hasn't given us the inflection. I would say tomorrow goes green. Yeah, then we can start really focusing on some kind of rebound recovery. Not there yet, but we're really close. I don't want to jump the gun. I think Thursday we'll be calling out a bunch of stuff. It was always about this week, though. We definitely felt good about looking this week as the first week for things to stabilize, hit some levels, and then go. Greg saying he wants a big check back. Back to you, that is a big check. Yeah, I want one of those too. I don't know why now. Greg, is it just so egregious that you're like, you think about all the taxes you paid and you realize like almost supporting a criminal syndicate? Because I feel that way. I feel kind of really silly at this point, not just opening everything up as a charity and operating as a 501c3. Look into it if you can do it. I don't know, guys. You would have thought things would have settled down, right? You would have thought, all right, we got past this election and we got past the inauguration. Maybe things will chill out. No, thanks. Not yet. Here's another big one, guys. Another big, beautiful stock that we've talked about. Dell Computer. It's big and it's beautiful. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I want. Get back here. Okay. Oh, let me remove that. Dell is a couple things. Some back-to-back patterns, but this is the kind of setup that when you let it come to you, it's extraordinary. And 9180, we have looked at Dell for a long time. I mean, probably since November. We hit target 1 and we got rejected. This is the framework in action, type 1, and come on back for 2. 9181. Earnings. What was that? That was Thursday. So the sell-off post earnings, always a good play to be looking for that to wash out. We're down there now. Notice that a lot of these, okay, a lot of these setups have been coming into the zone like a magnet, and they're now registering. Some are not coming out of the zone, and that's causing for delay. I mean, you have to wait. If we're going to just keep dumping like this, the indicator will tell you, just wait. Wait till that turns around. You're not missing out on anything. So that's the lesson here. I think we all learned some lessons over the last 2 months, namely patience. We've been looking for the scenario, like I said, since January, and taking not a lot of activity in this market because up until about 7-8 sessions ago, we've had a muted market. Now you're getting that flush, which is typical in retracements. Yeah. James asking about Tesla. Another one. We have been waiting for that to come out of the zone. There's a daily dot today. And we overran this hop level, but I do think Tesla's super close now. Look, this is the weekly reading we have looked at all along. Deep crab, 340 was that minimum number, and then we're looking for stabilization. HSI, green arrow, yellow dot, nothing's there. And look what has happened. I mean, let me blow this up. Okay? We have just continued to dump. This is one of the deepest weekly oversold readings in Tesla and its history. Period. We got to go back to 20. Yeah, I looked at that earlier today. We got to go back to 2013 as the deepest reading. I mean, that tells me how oversold this move is. And I think when it snaps pretty hard. Today's daily. Okay, we're getting a dot. I want to get HSI above the 50 and then really go. Amplified still in this downtrend. Like I said, probably 2 more days. Probably 2 more days of work. I think Thursday is going to be absolutely pivotal. Like if we don't see it by Thursday or Friday, this will really drag out. But there's your dot. And again, the weekly, that's been the prevailing time frame on Tesla. That might not come out until next week. I mean, that's remarkable how oversold that is. At least it links up with Amplified. Both of those are deeply oversold. You're just trying to avoid the knife. And I still like it. I still like Tesla. I still think down here is anywhere under 340 is a massive opportunity. We are just waiting for the confirmation to trigger us. A lot like back in here a year ago. And remember what I said, guys, for the last several weeks, I have been expressing the fact that, or the belief that this is a lot like what happened in August, where we had a precipitous decline in about a month's time, down, collapse it, stabilize it, and begin to turn it around. This is maybe a touch longer, but that's the deal. That's where we are. S&P now down only 53. Nasdaq's, I think that's going to go positive. It's only down 60 now. It's washed out. We are washed out. Why wouldn't I just jump in? Because I want to see this complete. Like on Tesla, very well could be something where you're looking at the capitulation low. But it will not be official until that daily bar completes. And I'm still of the opinion, like anything under 340 is the target area to turn this around. Rich says Tesla's going to double digits. I would love to see that. That would be something, man. If Tesla goes to double digits, Nasdaq's losing half its value. I don't think that's happening. We are oversold. Waiting for the trigger. That's it. It fell to our numbers. And I'm not going to get dismissive on patterns like this, situations like this. Haven't done much. Again, I have not done much, but I'm gearing up. A couple others that are, pretty close. What was the, was it ADI? No. Autodesk. I think Autodesk on a daily. Yeah, Autodesk on a daily. Another one. We're hitting target 1 on the deep crab. And we are oversold. This is a lot like a bunch of these top tier tech stocks. You could go Autodesk, you go Palo Alto Networks, you can go Arista Networks. I mean, they're all like this and they're oversold. So you're 1, 2 bars from pivoting out of here. That's a daily chart at target level, which is 269. Currently 267. This is what I want to see Bitcoin do. I want to see Bitcoin get to target 1. We'll get to there in a second. But a lot of these high flyers that were massive winners the last 2 years have just completed big retracement reactions. Arista Network, yeah, that was another one. A high flyer, was 125, now 85, and putting in a dot today. And you go back. I mean, again, for anybody that's not here, please get over and get the software so you don't miss out on these major developments. Right now, send your TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com. Get with the 14-day free trial. We'll send you resources. But the whole critical aspect of it is to line ourselves up at the time when the market's ready to be traded. Be ready to trade the market when it's ready to be traded. This dot, this is just one of so many. Okay, that's your first dot since August. And that's the kind of situation we're in. We're letting this August style retracement wash out, give us oversold triggers, and get ready to go. One moment. Who wants to buy? Anybody wants to buy? Anybody feel like buying, or do you feel like puking? I know a lot of the crypto folks are absolutely done, but this is where we got to step into it when we get those kind of triggers. So after being a total bore since January, saying, guys, I'm holding off. I haven't really even shorted except for futures day trades. Now we're looking for this to basically stabilize out. Couple others. KLAC 10 core. I mentioned this because of pattern retracement levels. Daily, yeah, it was this. So we had some back-to-back here. We had a shark. Then we went through the 1-2 crab. Now we're right back. We retested. It's tough to see, but we retested that 689 with another dot. Sometimes people get confused and be like, all right, once you work through all the patterns, you had the 1 and the 2 off of that shark, and then we had a bearish go 1-2. How do you handle that? You look for confirmation triggers. That's what we do. So I'm looking at that. I'm looking at a lot of these stocks, semiconductor style companies, to be stabilizing. I'd say today, some were retesting yesterday, but we're so close. S&P now only down 40. NASDAQ just went positive for plus 11. How's that for 70 points in 5 minutes? Get with it. It's always during this time the markets are moving. I should be trading this. Big engulfing on the 15-minute. Nice. Well, look, if we are a lot higher on Thursday, it's because we have stabilized. Really, yesterday was washout. Today we can do turnaround. A lot of checkbacks. This is Harmonic Pattern Framework Classic, showing us what to do. We'll get into the crypto in a second. Let me scroll back. What's up, everybody? Sun. No, we didn't do BTC yet. We'll do that in a second. What's going on, Tony? Happy Tuesday for you. Absolutely. James, let's look at iRobot. That's a low floater. We're not doing any low floaters today. No low floaters until this market turns around, guys. I'm looking at Intel. I mentioned that in a second, steady. And would I add to Intel? Maybe. Greg, I agree with you on Broadcom, and we should be looking at Broadcom. I mean, a lot of those you should be looking now. Absolutely. What's up, David? Ave popped. Oh, Broadcom earnings on Thursday. That's fine. We looked at Broadcom. No need to jump in there yet. I mean, there's Broadcom going positive on the day right now. Yeah, look, I traced that out. That's a Gartley, and we were saying that a second ago. 4-hour chart, nothing. The shark at 184. I do like this as like the next level NVIDIA, but where's the weekly? Wasn't there the weekly? That's what we were saying earlier. So even with earnings on Thursday, maybe you get a turnaround, but acceleration to resume that long-term trend is still a week or two away. So I'm not too concerned with earnings on that play. Did I do waste management? Not yet. That was a stock I was told to buy 30 years ago and never did. Waste management, right? WM. What's that? Awesome. 231. Waste management, my friend, all-time new highs. Just keep on rocking. Yeah, daily dots, but that's super strong. You know, I can't offer you anything yet. I would just simply say wait for the last dot like you saw back in December. And sometimes that's the easiest way to go. Like if you're not sure about a stock, okay, just wait for daily dots there or there or there. All of those were great plays for waste management. And I get it. You know, that's a forever stock. They're going to always need to pick up the garbage unless the government runs out of money. That's weekly. A little overbought at the moment, but, you know, look at that trend. Or go to the monthly. I mean, I remember when this IPO came out, it was like in the 90s. Yeah, it was 89. Yeah, that's amazing. I think there's others to consider. I want to show you guys as I segue to crypto. I'm looking at Connell here, the Granite 2X Coinbase shares. And we got back-to-back patterns here. So last week I was a little dismissive, I guess, but I was just saying, let's wait for confirmation, and here you go. So if crypto is almost done, this is a good insight. Okay? We're type 2, we're back-to-back shark patterns. 2167 is the big number. I mean, I would say even 2082, big number. And let's look at the zone. So there's HSI, that was 2 days ago. And this is, again, what I say about letting the whole thing develop. There's the pattern completion, HSI, oversold officially. And then today's check back. Why? There's our bar 2 days ago. What's the low? 2088. And now today's low is 1911. So you are definitely there. You've checked it back. And to get a yellow dot, we need 2 more green bars. But I would have it on the radar. Like I do think we're close, at least for this washout phase on Coinbase. And I have not been saying that, okay, very much the last few weeks. Coinbase printed this Gartley off of the November low. And sometimes that's even more meaningful than a high to low. We know that that was the post-election low, and it's a beautiful Gartley. Checking back today, that's ideal. 213, currently 209, and we were as low as 193. That's why you don't just jump at the levels. And I would even say give it another, 2 more days? Because look, Coinbase is like that. Let it come back, retest it, and then After today, green bar. And then a second day. By Thursday, we'd have a dot and we get a rebound to target 1. That's the rationale. That's the step-by-step strategic harmonic pattern framework process. And we're really close. We want to be in front of it. And I would say this is being in front of it right here. NASDAQ down 50, S&P off 55 right now. Maybe they don't go positive. They're trying to rally it. Again, we're close. A couple more. What's my pick for today for stocks? I have no pick. I have no, again, come back to the QQQ. QQQ 487. To be exact, 487.27. We have been waiting for that a long time. We hit 487.70. 487.74 to be exact. That's all right, because we still might get in our process to get 1 green candle and 2 green candles. We might come lower. All right, so my pick on stocks, no pick yet. But like I said, I would say be targeting Thursday. Maybe we start the rebound tomorrow. And how do we know if it's not going to hit the target? Just let the dot come in. You got to be patient. The same way we were looking for this dot all through January. We're like, where's the dot? Where's our confirmation? It almost looked like this thing was going to break out. It did not. In fact, I was saying, all right, if we can get above 538 or 540, maybe that's a failure, but we put in the dot, and then the dot was just shut the door. I would say the same thing down here. But this is a tighter configuration, and boy, if we could kiss 487, that would be ideal. Almost there. You got it. No worries. I'm not worried about those. Uranium's, are you kidding me? Is it, hey, what's up, Carthago? UEC, is that ripping? I wouldn't say that's ripping, but we brought up that. Carthago's pointing ourselves in the direction of uranium stocks. And I brought this up last week. So today's day 1 with your biggest bullish recovery after the check back. Thanks for reminding me. But I like this as a type 2. It's back to back. You know, you're down here somewhere around $5. We were as low as what, 478, 475. You know, at least off that bat is a 669 target. But again, 1-2 days. What did you have? UUU? Or Cameco? Energy Fuels? Deep retest of that bat pattern. Not great. Yeah, not great. I mean, there's a type 2 there on the bat. What about CCJ? That's actually the big winner for uranium. Big weekly dot. That's a big uptrend too. Should be a pattern here. No pattern. Yellow dot, but I'll keep an eye on those too. I do like these uranium stocks. I mean, same with the solar, but the solar didn't give us confirmation. You're seeing dots in those uranium stocks. Here's TAN, and I brought this up last week, and we said great pattern, but there's no confirmation yet. Look at that weekly at 33. We still went lower because there's no confirmation yet. HSI is headed lower. So be it. No, not CJ saying bye, bye, bye. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. It's just not yet. Like I said, we're a day or 2 away. What's up, Freeze? Wants to look at what Square? Square is like this. Back down at the hop level. No, that's not it. Isn't that called, that's called block now, right? What is Square? I thought that was SQ. You're going to have to help me out. I thought that was SQ. Or was it block? Please help update that on yeah, put that in the chat for me. I can look at that. No. One or two more. Yeah, the view on UNH, again, waiting for these dots. UNH is retracing. Oh, we talked about that last week. I think it was last Tuesday. And we have a bunch of patterns, but that's like 415, 430. Not yet. It's lower, and we have no confirmation. Do you see a dot here, or even an arrow? No. So let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I mean United Healthcare. I'm not a fan. I'm kind of a fan, but I'm not a fan. At type 2 on the crab on the daily, but I would wait for the weekly. No confirmation on those. Just let it go. The last one, Caterpillar. Did that come in? Yeah. But wasn't that on a weekly? Caterpillar on a weekly. Yeah, now getting oversold. But no dot. I remember that. We talked, that might have been like 2 weeks ago. But we were looking for this to retest, check back. You need one more green week. So no action there. Nothing yet. I mean, again, a lot of this stuff still early, waiting for, it could be 2 days, it could be a full week, but it's not yet today. Today might be like the first check back day. What about Bitcoin? Everybody, I mean, those two candles, what happened here? Let's get into it. The Bitcoin situation, this is the all-time index. The weekly is deeply oversold. So you need to reverse that situation. And the daily target at 76,500 off of the crab, like this. There you go. We were officially at the low, I guess that was Saturday. We were within 1,750 bucks of target one. Not bad, but that's not our target. So I'm still waiting. I didn't really flinch an inch when we were back at 95K for a second. Actually, that had me concerned because it was a big flash up. They threw it down. And if we do not stabilize here, and we need, look, today's, again, another check back day. It's kind of interesting, even in Bitcoin. We had the initial oversold reading. And we're retesting that bar's low, which is 83.8. That's a big number. Just get me a dot. I mean, it doesn't, look, it doesn't have to be exact. Ideally, yes, 76,542 is, for me, would have ended the retracement phase. But in the attempt to do that whole reaction, if we produce a yellow dot in 2 more green days, because no matter what, red or green, bullish or bearish, today is check back day. We won't know until Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern, if we're there. That at best, it's Thursday night. Get a dot. That's the soonest. Still no action taken. I would prefer to see that come in and retest a little bit lower. The hourly was like this. We had some stuff, the shark pattern off the low, but where's the other one? Hold on. Let me bring this back. Bitcoin was, sorry. Here you go. We had another pattern, an hourly pattern right at the low. It was, or I think it was a 4-hour crab. So we got a lot of stuff here 76, 78 or 80-ish. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, it was Binance US. There it is. Come on. Again, here's Binance US feed giving us the clear pattern on the 4-hour chart. 81,560. That's a huge number. And on the 4-hour chart, so that's our first shot at getting an official oversold reading in that zone. I would still say you need to retest this area. So we could be between 81 and 85, 86 to resolve this. But please continue to be patient as you have been. There's no need to jump into this. How many people jumped in when it spiked up? Be honest. How many people bought when Bitcoin was at 95K? I didn't do anything. Did nothing. And yeah, it maybe for a second had me, but I was just like, just let it go. I have no dot. I have no configuration that matches up with yet that would be anything huge. Yeah, well, 86. I mean, I get it. I think we don't have to try to catch the knife. Really quick. So our friend in DC is going to do a T-coin reserve, I would call it. It's not really even a crypto reserve. Look, you're trying to put Cardano and Solana and XRP, no mention of Bitcoin. That's kind of surprising. What's the Cardano chart look like? Pretty interesting. 65 cents, 70 cents. There's a bunch of things here where that failed crab pattern at 71 has held it. I thought we could come back to 50 cents one more time. Didn't happen. I'm thinking, I'm gonna wait. You know, guys, I'm gonna wait for a lower retest on the 4-hour. You know, maybe that was the first place off the shark, and probably stay on the 4-hour chart. It certainly gives you some names to be favoring where narrative is going to be permanently supportive because of that fact. So I'm no reason to jump in just yet, but Cardano, Solana, XRP, knowing that okay, they've got their sights set on those. Here's Solana at 140, all the way back down. No rush. The daily, there is a dot. Daily dot. And that was almost a perfect type too. I'm willing to say 140 area. We should start looking at these. What was that? We didn't get down there? No. Maybe the super low end is like 120. And remember, we've been dealing with this weekly pattern. Another type 1. Type 1 retracement. Target 1 was 166. So far, concurrent low is like 125. But we're not there. We're so close. So I will be favoring Solana if I get back in after we finish the oversold reading. I need triggers. We're close, but just because somebody says they're going to do something, I'm not just jumping on it. And same could be said for XRP. And I've been out of XRP for a little while. And we were, we were 280, 290. And then he threw it back down to 220 or something. And there you go on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is your friend. That was at 202. Powerful type 1 move. 202 to 290, that's an amazing 30+%, almost 40% move off the low. Give me another dot. Why? Because our last signal was oversold right there. Or excuse me, oversold right here, overbought at 280 and 270. That number on XRP, every time we hit 270, it gets rejected. The daily was like this, a couple of dots. And where's that? It's like at 213. So not, it's, I don't have a heck of a lot in terms of a pattern to say, hey, this is screaming at us. Let's jump on it. But they might have saved it from going sub $1 with that announcement. I mean, we were ready to go under 180. Had we gone under 180, that would have broken structure entirely. And I'm still not of the opinion that this whole retracement's over. And I dare I say, some people might point out that you have this deal, and nothing personal, XRP people, but I'm just gonna, leave this right here, X. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So if that, we don't come back and take out 295, and let's say we find ourselves breaking under $2, I mean, that's your long-term make or break cycle assessment. A lot of distribution up there. And 330, that was the big number. That was the big metric off of what was 270 was the all-time Gartley shark. Gartley, hold on, was this. Like this. So if we just drawn a W formation, look how tight this was. And we were talking about this back in September, that your 886 was 295. But because the B point was at a 618, which it is, it's more like 786. More reliable number. That's 263, 265. And we do have confirmation up there. I don't want to ignore the patterns. What that means to me is that we've got to deal with this, maybe get oversold, and another trigger. But the other thing that we have talked about, simply the fact that that 270 level, it required a minimum 382 pullback. If you recall me saying that a while ago, that look, pattern completion, confirmation, get the minimum 382, which is like 218, and the low is a full 50% retracement. And that 180 level for XRP, boy, that has to hold. That just has to hold. Yeah, Ethereum. You guys really want to look at Ethereum? Well, Ethereum's got type 2. And Ethereum down here, I was saying the 2K retest had to come. Remember this crab pattern? Okay, big deep crab. It flushed up to 28.78, and we said, got to come back to 23, maybe more like 2K. We were 1990. In the last 24 hours, we were 1990. And this is still the big pattern. What has to happen, everybody? We need a dot. And we're oversold. Absolutely. I'd favor Solana and Cardano and Bitcoin over Ethereum. But I'm watching this because we're checking back. We checked back yesterday. We registered oversold on Sunday. So we need 1 green candle, 2 green candles. And look, we're making progress already. Price has barely budged. But that's what we look for. We're still deep in the zone. Can we get above the 50 and really get going on this turnaround for Ethereum? Maybe. That's actually one of the better setups right now. This is kind of a crazy type one. Let me just highlight this, but it shows you the kind of natural reaction we need to be looking for in all patterns where this big, it's just a 1618 throwdown. That was at 23 and it bounced hard same day to target one. That's a rare situation, but that's all reaction. And we knew that, I've been saying this really since the end of January, we had to come back and retest this. And here we are. Now what needs to happen? You need to see some green. You need to see some green. I think the weekly's trying to get out. Where are we? Yeah, the weekly came out, but amplified still oversold. So you need to see some work happen. Like if you're all hopped up looking for Ethereum, you might be waiting till next week to avoid the knife. I think actually 2 more weeks. So to me, 2K is just a number. Be patient with it, but we should be looking for some kind of turnaround down here. Ben Cowan did a harmonic butterfly today. Well, that's cool. He's a pretty straight up guy. I'll have to check that out. Send me the video. Anderson77 wants to look at. We looked at all those. I'll look. We looked at coin too, but I'll look at your link. Sooner or later, they will come to the harmonic playground because everyone's reaching for levels. When people get desperate, they finally start measuring. Not to say that Ben's desperate because he's always measuring, and I do follow him. I've seen his shows before. He does a lot on the Bitcoin dominance, and the guy is usually spot on. I mean, he does straight up TA. We do harmonics, but people, I think what happens is they catch on. They see a number of examples with the harmonic patterns, and they say, okay, I think I can't ignore the information. I can't avoid the levels. Here's Chainlink. Beautiful Gartley, 1454. Okay, we checked back yesterday, literally. I would really like to see this thing stabilize right here around 14. This is not a bad idea. We've seen it before. Okay, Chainlink, nice patterns. This is the kind of thing where patterns looking left is going to be your friend. But we need green. We need 2 green days. That's the definition of stabilization. And then we could turn up. Weekly is a little bit different. Weekly, that's why we need to see green days. If it's going to be on the daily, it would need to stabilize. Weekly is still deep oversold. Do reference whatever primary time frame you're looking, you see a pattern. Also check the longer term time frame. Like this is a perfect example. I'm stalking at 14. But if we do not get that confirmation of the next few days and we continue to leak down, the obvious is here at 930. Do I think it's going to go to 930? That would be a hell of a drop. Possibly, but I'm stalking it. 14, then 9. I tell you, it's like this. Render, massive. Render's got this big, what is it, daily, weekly? Where's the patterns? Render's a big, deep crab, but where's the other one? It's a big type too, with lacking confirmation. And a lot of people, that and Tao, Bit and Soar, some of your favorite influencers, KOLs, have been calling for those two AI. How do you feel about AI crypto now? But look at that beautiful type 2. That's perfect harmonic pattern framework. Perfect. Everything about it. The T1 on the first test, then it confirms, sends you not only the T1 money sign, but T2, HSI, counter trend, and the reaction move. Go all the way back. Software generates the T2. That's type 2 reversal. Give me confirmation. There you go. But it came in 4 weeks later. Now, since Sunday, we have managed to check back, retest that area. That's around what's the low? 335. Now 348. I'm really looking at this. And there's a few others that I'm looking at, but that's the kind of setup I want to see. Because once we stabilize down here, ideally you would need 2 more green weeks. I know the daily's got some things here. Look, several big 3 big daily patterns, 350, 330. That's your general number. So I know I'm in the ballpark. But I want to see further development, even if you went on the daily time frame. Look, can we get amplified back above the 50? I know we're still early. I mean, I'll come back on Thursday with this, but that's a great harmonic pattern setup right now. A few more. A few more. All right, first person that wants to get that 30-day package, type HPC 30. We're giving away those packages. What you need to do is contact me on the Discord. Get over, send your TradingView username to hpc@sr-analyst.com for the 14-day free trial. But we're doing 30 days. Gold membership and the software should give you plenty to go on. MK Ultra. Okay, that's the last time you're going to win, but you win. I think you won last fall. Please, one winner a year. I appreciate that, but MK, you win 30 days. You have to email me. Okay, email me your username, full name, and email address. Couple more. We'll do that one more time. Sebastian wants to look at Rune. So let's jump around crypto landscape of shilling some coins. And didn't Rune have a huge run? And yeah, it did. Amazing. You know, August 260 to 7, now 120. This is how reliable crypto is. It's not. It's just not reliable. And I think a lot of them are, if they ever really got into the investigation, they would find out people have been running this. Regardless, if you're looking at Rune, I would urge you to wait for the dot. There's no weekly pattern there. Daily, we have some bearish patterns, bearish signals. In a bullish zone, that's no good. And I know you're 85% off the all-time highs, but look, beautiful pattern. Counter HSI signal. Just suspend everything else you know. Just read the signals to yourself. All right, great pattern. But we want to see an arrow poking up, not down. That's down. I would say lower with Rune or until that turns around. Yeah, that's rejected twice. I don't know. All the gaming stuff that people were so hyped up on, they're not happening. Like, look at Avalanche. You know, AVAX it's unbelievable. You know, 54 did the perfect type 1, type 2, and completely was destroyed. There's not much down here. I mean, we were talking about this 22 level back in the fall as a really critical end spot of that initial bullish pattern. Now I don't have anything. And I'm not, you know, I'm down here. There's nothing oversold. There's nothing. And you know, a lot of people are like, really supportive, saying that AVAX has a big chance to be a big winner this cycle. Not like that. It is surprising. That's at 20, and why? There's nothing here. I mean, if it's at 20, why not, retest prior lows at like 17? I don't have a dot. I don't have an arrow. I don't have a dot. And even if we're not doing dots or arrows, I just draw a trend line. Hey, until that breaks, there is nothing here for us. Even as great of a name as Avalanche might be. Yeah. What's up, Saitama? You just started with the harmonic patterns. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Can I help you out to find patterns on how to identify which swing, high or low, you should take? Fair question. I'm going to really urge you to go get the software. Take the trial for 2 weeks. Okay? Get with the software because that will show you the proper swing highs and lows. No doubt, it always helps to measure by hand, but what the software has taught me, and this is in the last 10 years, is that it's about alignments. So notice like this crab pattern, software is pulling off of here. Maybe it should have pulled off of there. But the metrics where the B point lines up, the BC ratio, the ABCDs, that all matters. And ultimately, a key aspect of what we do with harmonic patterns is uniform identification. And you could say, well, why not just draw it from here? And we could say X, A, B, C. And where would the 1618 be? It fell just shy. It fell just shy. So you would not have had an opportunity. I'm just going to say get the software, take a 2-week exercise, dig in with the patterns. You can go through the books, which is all available as a basic member, and learn the dimensions, learn the ratios. It's all here as a basic member. Okay, important to get with that. Here's all the software information, but the books you want to reference, volume 3 is great. Volume 1 has all the basic measurements. And then even better for your resource, get the cheat sheet. Like there's a harmonic pattern cheat sheet. It's a little bit further down the page, but check that out. Post that on your wall, especially new people. Okay, that really helps to look at all of the different structures. And we get into, why there's a differentiation between a bat and a Gartley, or a butterfly and a crab. There's definitive reasons, measurement reasons. But these are all just patterns that we need strategies, we need confirmation with the patterns. If you have any questions, reach out to me over on the Discord. Oh, I didn't put the Discord link in. I'll get that Discord link in a second. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the description. What else? Are you guys buying any crypto? I'd love to know if anyone has truly bought crypto or you chased that. Thanks, Greg. Vestige is saying RIP AVAX Solana is king. If we need the confirmation. Great. If you have any questions, get to me on that Discord. Crypto Hammer, do I still have a bag of XLM? I do not. I have the huge bag. I got out 3/4, second week of December. Checked the Twitter feed, and then I held the last. It was a big chunk, but I dumped out in the last low 30s. And now what do we have? It's a butterfly. Okay, I'm not ready to go back in. T2 butterfly, this is stellar lumens, but I have no dot. I'm looking for the T2. I mean, it was crazy flush, but no confirmation yet. And it was almost there. Yes. What's that? 4 days ago? Yeah, 4 days ago. But I'm thinking we come back and retest 25. You're only 29. And the weekly, it still hasn't. This is the, look, we'll talk about these strategies in the course on the 21st, unbelievably 2 weeks from Friday. But this is the problem I have. Okay, we're still deep under the 50 level, trending lower, and I would even say this 50 amplified on your weekly. Those would need to turn around. What's the difference? Like, okay, we had our huge score on stellar lumens, and that was really October, September, October. It was like right in here. We were above the 50. We'd already come off. We penetrated the 50, and then that big move with the lumens seriously went when we were able to break above the 50 level there. And that was the first week in November. If you guys are not aware of the run that we had in XLM, go check my Twitter feed, X feed. Go back to October. Okay, see what I was saying, 9 to 10 cents. And I said first 12, then 20, then moon or super moon. And I had size. And then check second week of December where I went out on 3/4 of the position. Still stayed in it way too long. Still hitting myself in the head a little too much on it. But it was a flawless harmonic pattern. Entry management, real time with real numbers posted in advance. Check. I mean, there's a lot of things that were here. I mean, you had weekly oversold. You had green line went on. And then the daily was these patterns. Okay, check that out. We'll talk about that in the course. People are still asking me about that. I mean, but that's been over. I wish I would have just got out all of it. I was getting out that 3/4 at 53 cents. It went to 61 or 62, but at 53 I had enough. And the rest of it was like, I went back into some at like 38 to 41 and then just capitulated the rest out around average like 35. That's crypto though. But you know what? It still was a great run. Would I consider this? I would consider this. I'd consider this butterfly. I mean, it's a great structure, but what do I need to see is a retest down here of this lower range, under 25 cents. Okay. S&P, listen, NASDAQ went positive, now plus 30. S&P is now only off 37. Let me circle back to that in a second. Couple more. The 2-year, the 10-year. Before I do that, what's up, laddies? How are you enjoying the gold? He won last week. I hope you got everything set up. You got on with you got on with the software. You should already be set up last week. Yeah, both of those, they all need time, guys. I want perfect setups. I want perfect setups. We're almost there on some of these. Last one on the crypto space, which is FET AI. And a lot of these AI, I showed you guys what render looks like. And look at FET. Down here now 59 cents. What about the weekly? Weekly, that's Coinbase. Yeah, this was the deal. So we're still in the oversold. And this is why we do not do anything on if they're going to. This was oversold 3 weeks ago, but we didn't pop out of the zone. It's the same as what happened back last summer, where we went oversold and we spent 8 weeks until we reversed out. Same situation. FET is not ready, and you're already at 60 cents. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, FET, man, this is it. This is the AI play. But that's not what we do here. We do framework with confirmation, focusing on levels. I'll listen to anybody that you've got, some use case information or big players getting involved, but I'm still going to match up levels, patterns, confirmation to get the right price. And this is not there yet. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I would still be waiting. Why don't we revisit that either Thursday or next week? Last one, Matic. Man, I haven't looked at that in a long time. And why not? Matic versus the dollar, 23 cents. That's interesting. I mean, you've got so many of these have round tripped and then some, the patterns from last year. So you do have a pattern 21.5. The weekly though, again, what you can easily come in, is it up or down? Well, what's the last HSI reading? What's the last arrow or dot? Well, that's up. The last dot is bearish. I checked that back right around 22 cents. But I don't have a lot here. I haven't looked at that in a long time. And the fact that it's back at all-time lows, that's not a market, that's not price action I really want to jump into. I think I can think of 100 stocks that I think are better plays than trying to scrape that. I mean, I'm trying to keep my mind open on crypto in general, guys. But everything that I see tells me, we could wait for confirmation, or, we can go another 2 days before we get that ideal situation. And that very well could be on Thursday. A lot of this stuff is setting up for Thursday. A lot of clamoring for 2-year bonds. We talked about that last week. Let's look at the yields. I'm still of the opinion we're under that. Look, I said last week the big target is 3%, meaning yields are going to drop because we exhausted ourselves at the 1618, and if we go 1618 to minimum 382, which is that's 3.25% on the 2-year. Also, the last signal, look, red arrow HSI down. So yields, until that changes, are down off of that last trigger. And that trigger, especially the last dot, was mid-January. So I don't think that changes. And you go back to even our sessions from 2023. That was our assumption. We went too far too fast. We were at the 1618. And I would say yields, I think yields are way over where they should be. They should be cutting yields dramatically. I really think yields are going to drop dramatically. We're down here. We're under the 50. We're oversold, but we're still a week or two before that pivots out. Best thing would be for a big drop now. 324 on the 2-year, guys. H bar is another one. Alex, we'll bring that back on Thursday. And I hear you about Cardano. Yeah, Cardano is something true. I don't want to get dismissive on you guys. The government's going to say they're going to buy Cardano. They're going to buy Cardano. But let's get the right price. There's no reason to jump in and be super reactive on it. I mean, Cardano's up 10% today. That's great. There's the weekly Cardano, just to kind of show you. I mean, what I think probably even a better opportunity with these kind of moves, trade it. Trade these swings hourly, 4 hour. Okay, I like that. First HSI, you have a bat pattern. Wait 1 second. So I would be looking at that and trade it maybe even on the 5-minute chart, guys. All right. I think we have to let all of that stuff shake out. And Cardano, sure, it's back on my radar. There's a few back of crypto back on my radar where I had totally shut it out for like the last month. But let's bring that back on Thursday. All right. Look, S&P's now only down 20, Nasdaq's up 100. We're looking for the turnaround. Let's get to Thursday. Let's print some dots. But what has happened in the last 48 hours of trading is significant. And if we get some dots in the next couple of days, we have maybe the end of the retracement we've been looking for. But we'll come back to that on Thursday. I got to go. Been a great session. Everyone else, get over to harmonictrader.com. Until then, guys, have a great one. We'll see you Thursday around